Oh, so welcome to our home. Today I'm going to talk about whether we should leave our central heating on all day or whether we should just turn our central heating on when we get home and when we need it. And it's not just a simple yes no thing, but there are just a couple of variables, and if I work through those with you, it's very simple, very straightforward. I'll keep it brief and you can work out what's best for you in your particular home. So first of all, I've got a thermostat over my shoulder there. I've got a combi boiler in my kitchen. You've seen that in previous videos. There's a link to a video up above there, in fact, for how we set our combi boiler. We have a low flow rate for our combi boiler, so the rooms and the house heats up slowly. And we can do that because we've got fantastic insulation in our home. If you can only afford to do one improvement to your home this year, then make it insulation. Until you've insulated to within it, until you've got yourself really well insulated, it's pointless spending money on bigger radiators and any other things, because insulation is key. That's where you're going to get the biggest return for your investment, basically. So can't emphasize that enough. Draft proofing, insulation, all those things that keep the heat within your house, they're so important. So get cracking on those if you've not started already. It's getting cold outside. So this channel is all about trying to help you to reduce the cost of the gas and the electricity that you're using within your homes, and we do this because we have a business. We actually help people to reduce the price of the gas and electricity that they burn within their homes. That's our day job, that's our business. There's a link beneath, there's a link in the description. Check it out for yourself if you want to. And we've just got a few videos in this channel to help back up, reducing costs within people's homes, because that's what we do. That's kind of what we talk to people about all day, every day, it seems. So, so join us, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more great stuff coming up in the future. So then, central heating. We've got a combi boiler. We've got nice radiators, we've got nice insulation, fantastic. So we just have our central heating set at a temperature. It's actually 14 at the moment, our stable temperature. So if the temperature of this room goes beneath 14, then that thermostat's going to kick in and request more heat, whether we're inside the house or not. 14 is actually quite low. It's kind of set at that level because we don't really want it kicking in whilst we're not here. It's almost like having it switched off, to be completely honest. And we do this because we are kind of in and out quite a bit during the course of the day. The house is not left empty for hours and hours on end. It's quite a busy household. The two of us both work for ourselves. We're both self-employed in the business I talked about before. So we're in and out quite a lot. So we can turn our central heating on from an app on our phone. It's really convenient. It's a Nest thermostat thing. We bought it from Amazon, in fact. I'll put a link in the description. Check out the Nest thermostats if you've not got one already. Just check out the description on them and you can see the benefits of them. So I can turn the central heating on from my phone here. So I've just changed it from 14 up to 16. The temperature in the hallway is actually 19 at the moment. So if I put it up to 19 and a half, you'll see the thermostat over my shoulder will go red in a minute. And that means that it's turned the central heat on. It's now trying to request heat. It's pumping heat around the house. So let me turn it back down again because I'm off out in a bit. So that's how our thermostat works. And we do that because that's what suits us and our lifestyle. Now, if we was out for long periods during the day, we can request on our app, we can request that the temperature in this hallway be at a certain temperature by maybe, I don't know, 7 o'clock. If I was getting home from work at 6 or 7, then I'd request that the temperature in this hallway would be at a certain temperature for when I got home. And you can do that through a thermostat like this one. You can program the whole week in there. You can have it come in at set different temperatures, different times during the week. It's absolutely brilliant. So that's why we control ours quite nicely. If we're going away all day, and we can, on our way home, when we're about an hour from home, we can turn the thermostat up a little bit and it will be warm by the time we get back here. So that's kind of how we work ours. So we do not leave ours on, like 16, 17, whatever degrees all day, every day, because it doesn't suit our lifestyle. Whereas if it's a combi boiler, which most people's are, mine's quite a new combi boiler, so it's very efficient if it's allowed to do its job steadily, rather than being requested to suddenly heat the house from a really low temperature to a really high temperature. So combi boilers are most efficient, which is why we've got our flow rate quite low, if they're just steadily warming the home up. The same would go if you've got a heat pump, whether it's a ground source or an air source heat pump. They are very much similar. They work most efficiently if they're gently bringing the temperature of your home up. So for people with air source heat pumps or ground source heat pumps or a combi boiler, it can be really efficient if you don't let the temperature in your house drop too low, or maybe you use an intelligent thermostat like ours to make sure that you're not suddenly asking the central heating or the heating system that you've got to go from a really low temperature to a really high temperature, because that's when they become less efficient. So efficiency is the key to this. Of course, we all know, we all do science at school, or physics as it was when I was at school. If the heat inside the home is hotter, if the temperature inside the home is hotter than outside, then no matter how good your insulation is, you're going to lose heat. It's going to go out there. It's going to find a way. It's going to go through even the thickest of insulation. So even if you've got great stuff there, you're going to lose heat. So if you're going away for like a week, don't leave your central heating on. Whether you've got ground source, air source, whatever, you're just wasting energy, aren't you? The heat inside the home is going to find its way out. You're just wasting money. So definitely get it turned off if you're out for long periods of time. Let the heat in the home gently warm the home up. Now, of course, if you're using electric, so you can get infrared heaters nowadays, can't you? They're really great, make the house feel warm without having a hot spot. They're so much better than radiators in terms of comfort, but they're just efficient. There's no benefit from having them. They're 100% efficient whether you've got a cold room that you're trying to heat up quickly or not. It's just, there's an electric appliance in the home. It's just going to keep burning electricity and until the home gets up to that temperature. So if you can stomach coming into a cold house, then if you've got electric heating, for example, like that, or electric underfloor heating would be another example, then there's no efficiency gain from having a stable 16 or 17 degrees in your home during the course of the day. There's no efficiency gain from doing that, so it's completely up to you. It's just down to comfort. If you're happy to walk into a cold home, whack it on and get it heating up, then yeah, that's great. You're not losing or gaining anything by doing it. You would, in fact, if you left your thermostat on an electric style heating on all day at 16 degrees, well, yeah, it's going to stay 16 or 17, whatever you choose. You're going to be losing some of that through the doors, through the walls, through the windows. You're going to be wasting it that way. So that's the most common misconception people think about when they think about, should I leave it on all day or not? They just think about, where it's going, where it's disappearing. So the easy answer is no, don't, because you're just wasting it. It's just escaping from all the orifices. But you just got to think about that efficiency thing. Look at your system. If you've got an efficient system like an air source or a ground source, or a combi boiler, a condensing combi boiler that's running on a really low flow rate, if your answer to those is yes, then yeah, you need to kind of maintain a temperature within your home so that it warms up gently. It's not coming from like really low to really high. So yes, do leave it on a setting during the day that's efficient for you. Whereas, yeah, those electric heaters, they're not efficient. Well, they are 100% efficient. You've got no gains though from, the electric's going to be burnt. You're not going to gain anything whether they're coming from a low temperature to a high temperature. So I hope that clears it up for you. Do check out the links in the description. Check out our company. If you want to reduce the cost of the gas and electricity that you're burning, that's very important, particularly at the moment the costs are through the roof. So check out that and subscribe to the channel. We've got various tips and stuff lined up. When we get gaps in our schedules to record them, we'll get these things put onto YouTube for you. So thanks for watching, and let us know your thoughts in the description.